Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for inviting us into your homes once again. It is the third and long podcast, the Thursday night institution that will always be there for you, unlike Xavier Worthy's car. My name is Shane Harris. Above me is Oliver Butler Henderson. Top right is our little baby Hope. And the Wanderer returns. Mr. Perrins is back in the house. Gentlemen, how are we feeling on the day after the NFL schedules have been released? In all honesty, my Ravens are going to get battered this year, but you win some, you lose some. Gentlemen, how are you?
Well, I mean, technically, it's still the day of the release because they were released at 1 a.m. this morning.
And if wishes were fishes, the world would be an ocean.
Touche, too bloody shay. Yeah, excited actually. I'm fairly happy with the draft. Fairly happy with the schedule release. Thursday night games, Monday night games. I think it's pretty good all round actually. I'm actually quite happy, but we'll delve into that a little bit more.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
But Mr. Perry,
awesome. Hey,
you put a little quiz out, or not quiz out, poll the other day for your flag team. Shall we get off with that before we start with the news?
yeah. So, in my infinite wisdom, I said like about a month or so ago that I've been greenlit by my school to start a flag American football team, because there's the Bedford Bowl that we're looking to enter and win, and I am a level 1 coach. So we had like a really, really great turnout for like our first training session. Really good turnout for training session 2. Words getting out that people are interested in this team. We're not getting just like the 9s, 10s, not 11s because they're about to leave, but like a lot of the year 7s and the 8s that love the game as well, want to get involved. We actually have our own water boy. He is the younger brother of my team captain. He can't catch the cold to save his life, but he really wants to be a part of the team. So we've designated him water boy. He's going to keep the team hydrated, and in a way, just to kind of try and bring the team together and get the school involved and the community involved. Me and one of the other PE teachers, we thought that how about we give the opportunity for the school and the community and the parents to vote for the name of the team. And we had the Legion, the Blitz, the Lightning, so like the Lincroft Legion, the Lincroft Blitz, the Lincroft which one did I didn't say? Lightning. And there was a couple of ones. Yeah, there was a couple of ones that we didn't go with. The Raiders, purely because we weren't going to be allowed to play in black because that's not school colours. But we eventually put the poll out, and officially we are now the Lincroft Titans. And I was asked, so why are we going to call the Titans? And I did my best Coach Boone, Denzel Washington impression. So if any of you have watched Remember the Titans, and he gives this line, in Greek mythology, the Titans were even greater than the gods, and they ruled their universe with absolute might. And that's exactly what we're going to be like on our playing field every single time that we step onto it. And oh my God, I gave myself goosebumps. To the kids, it was probably the cringiest crap you'll ever hear, but I thought it was nailed it down to a T. So we are now officially the Lincroft Titans.
I'm gutted Legion didn't win. I wanted Legion of Boom to come back.
I really like the Legion because there used to be a team in London called the Legion as well, and that's a shame. But we poo-pooed the Lions because it just wasn't going to work. The Titans, and now we're just looking for kit. We're looking for jerseys. So if there's any of our listeners out there that might have played senior ball or college ball and have some links to some old jerseys that they don't need anymore, please give us a shout on any of our socials. Drop us a line in our DMs, and we'd love any old kit that you don't need anymore.
We will put that out on our socials as well. Mr. Harris.
I would have thought, Phil, you would have been heavily pitching for the Lincroft Sharks, just so you could do your world famous Al Pacino impression. Football, as in life, is a game of inches.
The problem with being called the Lincroft Sharks, Shano, is that we're not near really a big body of water where there is.
But it sounds good. It sounds good. It's fine.
No, it's great, isn't it? Because like we're by a river, like the River Ouse, and we already have the Ouse Valley Eagles. But like, yeah, we're kind of like it's brilliant in any given Sunday because it's Miami, and because the director couldn't get the rights to any of the NFL team names. Instead of like the Miami Dolphins, he went with the Miami Sharks, and that's kind of like how it ended there. But like that would have been kind of sick. But again, we wouldn't be able to play in like a shark-like color because it's not. We were very limited to what we could call ourselves essentially.
What colors are you going to be in?
So it's going to be red and blue, and we're hoping to get some like shirts that will kind of like represent that, maybe like toy with like a couple of design ideas. I know I've got some people that are like wanted to like tinker to some like a few concept arts and things like that, but yeah, it's going to be red and blue mostly.
I'm still gutted the Legion of Boom didn't win because
I know, because I'll tell you what though, because our first couple of training sessions, no one can catch to save their life, like genuinely. But our run game is insane. Honestly, like our run game is absolutely insane, and our defense, because we have a couple of lads that play junior bowl, like contact, they literally zone. They know how to like man. Like their coverage is absolutely on point. So like our defense and run game is just. It would make John Harbaugh proud. That's what we're talking about.
I was going to say that. Good run game, good defense, can't catch a cold. You sure they can't play in purple now?
I'll tell you what, I've got 5 players. I've got 5. So before we go into it, I've got 5 lads that want to play quarterback. And they're all roughly the exact same level. Like there's no immediate standouts. There's lots of raw talent there. And they're all really good at dropping the bomb. But none of them can throw for like 5-10 yards. So unless we're literally doing Hail Marys to every single play where they're literally dying at 30 yards to someone that can't catch, we're fairly limited.
So basically, you have all your wide receivers are in Kiel Harry.
Yeah.
And all your quarterbacks are, I don't know, I can't think of a quarterback.
They've got like the arm of like prime Aaron Rodgers, but without the receivers, without the Jordy Nelsons and the Randall Cobbs.
Right, we have got an incredibly busy week, so let's start off as always with this week's news.
This is the news in 60.
As it says, this week's news, it starts off with Tampa Bay safety Antonio Winfield signing a 4-year deal worth at $84 million, becoming the highest paid defensive back in the league. Talking about highest paid, the Lions make Jared Goff the highest paid player in the franchise history, with a deal worth $212 million for 4 years. The New York Giants are going to feature on this year's Hard Knocks, which we all love that. Are we going to get any this year's, knock on wood? They've also dropped a brand new red uni, which I absolutely love. I am sorry, I really think it's really smart.
I'm not a fan actually. I don't like it.
Which will celebrate the 100th season in the NFL or 100th season full stop. Netflix, they have signed a deal with the NFL for Christmas Day games for the next 3 years. So there's 2 games this year, which is his loss against the Texans and the Chiefs, and I can't remember who they're playing. And the last bit of news, which broke about an hour and a bit ago, which is Dave Andrews, the Patriots center, signed a 2-year contract extension worth up to $13 million. And that was the news.
This is the news.
You missed off one big part of news, which you've not mentioned, and I'm glad you missed it off because I want to talk about it. Jared Goff.
I did miss it off. It is in there, but carry on.
You didn't mention it. 212.
So now you can.
$212 million. Okay, the Celtics fans just popped up saying hi.
Yes. How are you feeling, Ollie?
Oh, no more Bostonians.
So this Goff deal, $170 million guaranteed is a lot of money for a guy that's had one good season. I think we might have another Danny Dimes.
Or Geno Smith.
No.
Yeah.
No. He took a team to the Super Bowl. It wasn't his fault that his team decided to go on 4th down against you guys twice. He's been playing better and better the last 3 years for Detroit. He's deserved this deal.
I'd have wanted to see one more season of him putting numbers before I gave him a massive deal like this.
I don't think it's worth it. I mean, baby, Mr. Perrins.
See, I'm literally with you, Hendo. I think this is a great deal. I think they've overpaid for him because I mean, did you break down? Did you see his press conference that he gave?
I've not seen
No.
that. No.
So I had a look at it this morning during just before my school day started, and he kind of a lot of it was down to security. Because he felt at home when he was in LA, and then obviously being uplifted and then moved to the other side of the country from going from sunny LA to Detroit. And that's not me throwing shade at Detroit citizens, but it's Detroit. Okay, there's a reason why RoboCop is really violent. Okay, it kind of reflects the area and that time. I'm just throwing a shout out there because it's Shayna's favorite film. But
I love that shit.
In terms of that, I think it's great security because that's the one thing that he said, and he says it in his press conference. He wanted security, not just with guaranteed money, but did you notice that it's got a no trade clause in it? Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah.
He's 29 years old. He's coming into essentially his quarterback prime. Okay, and so this new deal that he's signed, he's got his guaranteed money. He's not going anywhere, which means he can settle down or feel like he can settle down. And unlike previous quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins, who you are thinking about going, oh well, he's always looking for the next big deal. He says he's loyal to Washington, but he leaves. He said he's loyal to Minnesota. He leaves. And now he says he's loyal to Atlanta. They've just replaced, they've already drafted his future replacement. I think with Jared Goff, he's not like Danny Dimes because I think he's had this team by Dan Campbell built around him. Does that make sense? He is literally who Dan Campbell has created that offense around. People thought the Lions have had a massive downgrade. They've traded away Matt Stafford for a ton of picks and Jared Goff, but Jared Goff has become that offense, and he's not the washed quarterback that he was towards the end of the round. He's actually showing that he's winnable, he's clutch, and he can make big plays. I mean, he got them to the NFC game for the first time since 1991, I think it was.
First time in 31 years. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane for the Lions.
I think I'm just going to leave this comment up for the rest of the show.
Please don't.
What's this? I can't read it. Sorry, Oz.
So Celtics fan says, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? I think the 49ers are winning it all.
I was so happy
Right,
that
you can't come on anymore. You can't come on anymore. There's enough of those lot around you. We don't need any more, thank you.
I was so happy with a fellow Celtics fan on the show, and then he goes and puts that comment in.
I do think I'm not trying to discuss that Jared Goff didn't have a good season because I don't think he did. But do I think he's a over 50 million a year quarterback? I'm not sure.
Why are we having this argument? Is it because he's being paid 50 million, or is it because he's now in the top tier? You say he had one good season. Last season wasn't even his best season.
Yeah.
The year he went to the Super Bowl, and the year before that, he had better stats than last season.
And also, that's the going rate. I mean, it's all about sports inflation. When someone like Geno Smith, he gets paid above his expected level last off season. We see Lamar Jackson getting insane bump. Then we see Herbert, and then we see Joe Burrows, and they get massive contracts. And on top of that, you've got the NFL salary cap that's just increased as well because the TV ad revenue is going up. So it kind of makes sense in inflation because if you take that aside, it probably, yes, we wouldn't if we're playing general manager mode. But in that sense there, they've got a winning team. They've got a winning formula. He's the one that leads their offense. Dan Campbell trusts him, and we are massive fans and pro Dan Campbell fans on this show, unless they're playing the 49ers. But I think basically what I'm trying to say is he worth it? No. Am I glad that he's still there? Yes. Has he deserved it? Yes.
Well, I hope he proves me wrong because I would love to see Detroit make. I'd love to see a repeat of the NFC Championship game, which we already have on week 17. But I'd love to see it again in the championship game back at Levi's.
That could be who wins number one, who gets number one.
I know, it could be a massive game, couldn't it?
Right. We got incredibly excited around about 12 o'clock yesterday. 12:12 actually, when don't know her name, she was new, but Carl Brandt.
Emmy's come up saying watching this at Cadets, very interesting.
Hi.
Thank you.
Emmy is also part of my team. She's absolutely amazing. She's currently the only girl in the team, and she's phenomenal. So hi to Emmy and hi to all the ones that are cadets I also teach.
Are they? Is she your quarterback?
No, she'll probably end up playing either like receiver or tight end.
Oh, I mean, I bet Harrison Butker wouldn't be a fan of that, but I digress.
Nah. Mr. Howard, you had your hand up there very quickly.
Yeah, just checking that Harrison Butker comment, because I can guarantee we'll gloss over that this week, won't we?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. I need to delve more into that one because I've seen something about it, but I've been a bit busy with work, so I don't actually know what it is. Right.
Dan C has come up saying, "What's good from across the pond?"
Yes,
Hello,
Don, thanks for joining us.
All good.
What a baller.
Right. London games.
Yes, London.
Who's
games.
excited? Me, for starters, because the Patriots are coming over, and it means I don't have to go abroad this year to watch them. We have got week 5. We are going to be having the Jets at the Vikings at Tottenham. Week 6, Jags at the Bears, again at Tottenham. And then week 7, it is the Patriots at the Jags at Wembley Stadium. We also know that, obviously, Brazil got week 1, which is Eagles-Packers. Week 10 is the Germany game with his Giants at the Panthers.
The Germans deserved a better game.
Yeah,
I mean, they got what could have been 2 good games last year, and they got 1 really good game, to be fair.
You've gone from the Majesty of Minshew Mania to Bryce Young.
Right. I think we have got 3 very good matchups here. I really generally do.
Yeah. If you look at the QBs, like we could have 5 QBs that were all first round picks, including 2 of which were first overall, and 1 was 3rd, and 1 was 10th. So like 4 top 10 picks in the quarterbacks.
And
so I mean,
we all
that's
know
pretty good.
We all know what the main game is going to be, which is Patriots Jags. Not because Patriots fan and the Jags are over here all the time, but what game is it, Mr. Harris?
Oh, thank you for throwing it to me. I'm so happy about this. It is going to be the first edition, the inaugural edition of the McCorkle Bowl. I'm so excited.
I actually can't wait. I might actually get a McCorkle jersey with his Jags number on the back.
It's like they would hang McCorkle on a ladder above the field.
Oh my god! McCorkle on a pole match. That's literally what it is.
McCorkle, nobody wants him.
Can we keep it down, because I am taking my jersey to hopefully he gets it signed.
Oh my god, it'd be so cool. He'd probably be selling hot dogs and popcorn outside. You could easily get it signed off him, I expect.
Get your hot dogs, everyone.
Yeah, they'd probably drop those as well.
Do you know what? Like, I'm not joking. At the Pats game, who would I get more excited about? McCorkle or Drew Bledsoe?
The past or future?
Who would I get more excited about seeing? Oh,
Drew Bledsoe. Bloody hell, you've thrown that in the bloody out from the fire pan, mate.
Right. Hey, man. Hey, I like most of America forgot he existed until Tom Brady's roast. Like, genuinely.
Because I'm kind of, Patriots fan and Hall of Fame and ongoing our stories and all that, and obviously the Dynasty, which was brutal. But let's start. Let's divulge with these games individually. Let's start with Jets of the Vikings. Is it going to be Sam Darnold or is it going to be JJ McCaffrey? Mr. Perrins?
You really can't say McCarthy, can you?
McCarthy.
All right. So that one is probably my likeliest one to go to. I mean, I'm hoping to go to one with you guys, whether or not it's Jags Pats. I would like to do that again, but like that one fascinates me because I think just everything surrounding Aaron Rodgers this year is going to be very interesting because historically Aaron Rodgers has always owned the Vikings. I wonder if he still has that lease up in New Jersey. Okay, so I think that'll be quite interesting. I came up with that one on the spot. But also like what's going to go on with Minnesota? Like, is Aaron Darnold going to be like playing under center? Oh, I don't know. I mean, I just think the Vikings are going to have early predictions here. The Vikings are going to have a losing season, but I think this is going to be a really good game because, I mean, Rodgers versus the Vikings is always a good game, and that one fascinates me because Vikings always bring it when it comes to like the Wembley games. Do you remember like a couple of years ago when they came over and like literally the whole stadium was purple? And like they were literally singing and chanting and like
that was the double doink. That was a double doink game, wasn't it?
Yeah, literally. And I think the atmosphere alone, as well as Aaron Rodgers coming to Wembley Stadium, is going to be brilliant. So that's my number one game. If anyone fancies coming along with me, give me a holler.
Yeah, it took Jack 2 minutes before he messaged me.
Can you imagine what have done?
I'm there. Right. Ollie.
I'm going to make a prediction now about that game. We will get a JJ to JJ touchdown.
Yes!
Oh, yes. Oh, they're going to have some kind of celebration, aren't they, those two?
By that, I mean JJ McCarthy to Justin Jefferson. JJ to JJ.
You sure not McCaffrey? Is it not JJ McCaffrey?
Like Christian McCarthy?
That's it. That is my prediction. A JJ to JJ touchdown, and the Vikings take it by 3.
I love that. I'm looking forward to the Jags against the Bears. You're going to have probably one of the best, a very, very good Jacksonville defense against a very, very good Chicago Bears offense. And then you're going to have an average Jags offense against an average Bears defense. It's going to be a brilliant game. Jags are going to bring it. Chicago haven't been over for a few years, so their fans are going to be absolutely mad for this game. And we're going to get to see Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze.
Yeah. We're going to get to see Cole Kmet, which we all know Shane is a big fan of.
I think he's class, but such an underrated tight end. I mean, we're going to get to see a retooled Chicago offense. If you would have said this to me last year, or anybody in the NFL sphere would have said this to us last year, we'd been like, "Oh, it's fine, we'll stay in the house. You know, don't worry about it." But that's the game me and my beloved want to go to. So, you know, just to say, if she's listening, she's out doing her cross-stitch nonsense in Northampton somewhere. Have a nice night, Big Jerk. I come home safe. That's the one me and her want to go to. But boys is obviously up for negotiation. We'll see what we all want to do at the time.
John has said the NFL is so bipolar. The teams you think will be good regress. The teams you think suck always overachieve, i.e. FFS, Pittsburgh freaking Steelers. God, I hate them.
Anyone swear Don's one of my lot. Anyone swear he does this a lot. You know, he supports and follows this. Good lad, Don, good lad.
From your division.
No, he's one of us.
I've
been doing some canvassing.
Nice. We don't want too many of you lot. I mean, yeah. And then we're on, obviously, we've got the McCorkle ball. I've seen so many predictions that, Ollie, you've tried to ghost me again, saying that Pats aren't going to win any games.
No, I said the bookies said you're not going to win any games. I didn't say anything.
Well, you didn't bring it.
Yes, sir.
I think by the time they come to Wembley, they're going to have probably two wins, I think. So they'll be 4-2 going to Wembley. I think they're going to have 6-7 throughout the season.
Yeah, well, Ollie, you made a very bold prediction saying that the Patriots were not going to be number 1 seed this year. So, I mean, that's as bold as it's going to get, really. No, you said number 1 seed, though.
You know I meant pick. Shut up. What? I mean, obviously, you're talking about it because of McCorkle ball. You guys taking the mick out, like Mac. But what are you generally thinking about this game?
I hope Drake May starts, and I think if Drake May does start, it could be a lot closer than if we have Jacoby Brissett on the centre.
Has anyone seen the video of Drake May hitting the crossbar from 83 yards yet?
Yes.
Yeah, so young hit the crossbar, dunk, dunk. It was like, that's ridiculous. I mean, so yeah. I
If
mean,
you want my thoughts on this game,
yeah.
I put it in the group chat the other day, and as much as I love and respect you, OBH, you are the godfather of this podcast. I don't like the fact that the Pats are over, because the Pats were in Germany last year. They were in Europe last year. You could have, if you're a Pats fan, you could have went to see them closer than going to America. And I think they're quite boring. Outside of Drake May, who do you really have? I mean, like, you got the Vikings, who everyone's going to be here to see JJ. You got the Bears, everyone's going to be here to see Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze and their, retooled offense. And it's just, and obviously the Jets have got that really high-powered defense. Who do you want to see? The Pats are just the Pats.
Matt Judon, Gonzo, Carl Duggar.
To be fair, Dre's usually quite fun to watch.
Drake May, Juju, Hunter Henry.
Just reading off Patriots players' names now.
Juju's on the treatment table. Anyway, you released JJ. You released Juju, didn't you?
No, he's 70. Yeah. But there is players out there will bring it up to us. I watched a video earlier on of the Patriots best plays last season. Yes, it wasn't very long before you two say anything, but it shows two things. A, they really failed Mac Jones. Really failed Mac Jones. And we had a lot of good moments in that team. There was too much that let the team down last year, and injuries is one of them.
Can I be honest?
There's still a massive draw. And to answer your question, Shane, Patriots haven't been in England for 10 years. 2014 was the last time they were in the UK, mate.
What about the Texans? What about the Cowboys? What about other teams that haven't been over here for longer than that?
There's only two teams that haven't been over for longer than that. There's only two teams.
Niners and
Steelers.
Oh, well, no, they can stay where they are. It's fine. I'd rather have the Pats.
Well, Ollie, you might want to get your editing software up for this, because I'm not going to say this again. But I think Jared Mayo could actually make the Patriots good again.
Oh,
I'm going to have fun chopping that Billy all over our socials.
He was handwriting as well, sent to his house so we can frame it.
Yep, right. I'm going to back this up, because what I've seen of rookie mini camps and rookie, his conferences and all that, the release video, he was involved. You'd never, ever have Belichick involved in that. But their rookie mini camps, there's a different vibe than what there was when Belichick was. They're having fun. They're enjoying it. They're literally, we're in the NFL kind of thing.
You can't tell anything. You can't tell anything from rookie minicamp, though. You can't tell.
No, but I'm just saying, if you're looking at the vibes, how Belichick went about it, how Jared Mayo gone about it, it's two completely different. And
you're too old to talk about vibes.
Don't start that again. But it just shows that it's going to be a completely different atmosphere in New England. Completely different atmosphere.
Okay, Boomer.
Shut up, baby. Jen, right. Let's roll on to the rest of the schedules, ladies and gentlemen. It kicked off. They were dripping and drabbing it all week. It started on Monday when they dropped a couple of games on Monday. Obviously, week one with the Chiefs at the Ravens, and then Chiefs at the Bengals. Oh my God, that's a nasty game. It's a couple of nasty games for the Chiefs. What do you think of how they done?
John just said, so cool you guys talking American football. Oh, Matt Judon, a Raven drafted 5th round, 146th pick, 2016. You're welcome, New England.
And Matt Judon almost took my arm off when I met him at Foxborough a couple of years ago.
Yes. If you watch the intro for the show, that picture's actually on there.
Yep. It's all over our socials as well, so every time you see it. What do you make of it, guys? How do you feel about, before we go on our top picks of the games, how do you think about your team's your schedule, and how do you think it feels?
I don't like the Niners schedule.
I'm only put my hand up because game was announced first, so I'd rather just sort of go in chronological order if that's okay.
Thank you. So I don't like the Niners schedule. I don't like the fact that we have like 2 runs of really hard fixtures, and that 2 week thing of playing Green Bay then Buffalo away in the minus freezing temperatures, I think is not going to do well for us. But I like
Excuses have come out already.
I like a week 9 bye. I like they're playing the Cardinals last, and I like certain parts of it. But did we have to have 6 primetime games? Couldn't we have just had 5 like everyone else?
Oh,
And
love
two-
you. You got 6. We got 7. I got up to 1 o'clock 7 times this season. Past 1 o'clock, sorry.
We got 1.
Yeah, well, a round of applause to Carolina Panthers who got 0, and actually Niners got the most with 6 because Christmas Day doesn't count.
Oh, well, excuse me, all the hell. Yeah, but
And,
you've got, you know why? You know why your team and my team have got the most primetime games?
Because they're fun to watch.
Exactly, because they're the most fun, exciting teams to watch, biggest names to
Yeah.
watch.
You actually technically got 5 because Thanksgiving also doesn't count.
You're not playing Thanksgiving.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I saw a stat earlier that said Jets, Cowboys, and Niners have 6, and Ravens and a lot of other teams have 5.
From what I've
So-
seen, we got 7.
Let me have a look because RV, I can't remember his surname, said who's got what. So let me bring that up very quickly. Fill space, please, gentlemen. It's fine. There we go. Right.
Yeah. So, Phil, how's your week been? I haven't spoke to you in a while, probably. How's things? You all right?
I know. So, all right. So, because it is May and it's the start of exam season, and I've been marking all my Year 11 film exam work, and they're long because some videos go on for like 20 minutes. And I think the class of 30. So, like, I was up last night until 3 o'clock in the morning, and the night before that, I fell asleep whilst watching one of my students work, and I told him about it, and he thought, "Oh, so did you do that because it's bad?" I went, "No, mate, because it's like past midnight, and I'm literally still marking." So I fell asleep marking your
Yeah, it's
film.
easy to fall asleep watching films in your house, Phil.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So so it's good. So I've marked them all. I've currently got a lot of really, really top grades, as in top. And I'm really buzzing about that, and I'm really, really proud of that, and I can't wait for them to be published. But yeah. So that's my week. I'm just really tired. I haven't really kept up to much NFL news until this morning when I literally got in and was like, oh, well, I need to just catch up on the last 5 days. Like, what just happened? I hadn't even looked at like our 49ers schedule until I think it was this morning again when it was on.
It's only got released at 1 a.m. last night, so you
No, but like still, like I know you sent the picture of our schedule, didn't you, in our WhatsApp group, and it was
Yeah.
only like going, all right, let me just have a look who we're playing, and I was like going, oh crap, we got the Chiefs. It's like, oh crap, we got the Chiefs. Oh, we've got the Cowboys. Oh, it was just that.
Don't just come in saying, OMG, yes, the 5 hours difference. You guys are watching at 1:30 a.m. Ouch, you guys are legends.
Thank
Go on,
God
let me tell you a quick story. Christmas Day last year, you will know all about this. I was up until 4:45 watching us whoop that Niner candy ass, and I didn't have one drink all day. Which, if you know anything about me, that's a hell of an achievement. Christmas Day. So yeah, as I said, we do it a lot.
I think I went to bed halfway through the 3rd quarter of that game after Brock threw his 4th pick.
Oh my
Yeah, I would
god.
as well.
Right.
Ollie, do you have the list?
Yes, I have the list in front of me. I didn't until the phone just goes off. Right. Thanks to Ari Merioff. I think that's pronounced. It's his Twitter handle is My Sports Update. He's brilliant. Really should watch him.
Oh yes, that guy again.
Number of primetime games per team. 6 games. It's Jets, Niners, Dallas. 5 games is KC, Buffalo, Green Bay, Detroit, Cincy, Baltimore, Philly, Miami, and LA Rams. With 4 is Houston, Pittsburgh. Why Pittsburgh? Tampa, Seattle. Why Seattle? Atlanta and Cleveland. With 3 is Giants, Chicago, Chargers, and New Orleans. 2 is Minnesota, Las Vegas, Washington, Denver, Jacksonville. And then Indy, New England, Arizona, and Tennessee have 1, and then Carolina have 0.
Ollie, what is your primetime game?
Jets week 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Jets week 3. So yeah, so I mean, we
Don't
also, if
come
you
up with
looked on our,
these emojis.
He knows the score. You know the score. Look,
right, if you look on our socials, we tweeted out the travelling distance as well for the teams. LA Chargers have got a lot of travelling to do. A lot of travelling to do. And I suppose it comes. I'm just sticking the thing back up. So I suppose it just comes back down to of location as well. And again, we've seen this so many times, having the conferences and the divisionals put up, but we've got these rivalries now for what 30, 20 years. 20 years ago, when the last expansion is too much change now. But Mr. Harris, what do you make of your schedule?
well, as I said, I was initially told by the Ravens Twitter, no less, that we had 7 primetime games. Apparently, that's wrong. So yeah, 5, still 5. So that means much better for me, because I'm going to stay up to stupid o'clock in the morning to watch the boys, you know. And I think, again, I've said it many times, last year was our year. And the fact that we didn't make it to the Super Bowl, we lost to the Chiefs, obviously, and a lot of players left in free agency, and they've given us the second hardest schedule in the whole of football. I think it's behind the Browns. The Browns got the hardest schedule. We got the second hardest schedule. And the fact that we still haven't addressed glaring needs on the team, all we've really done is bring in Derrick Henry and Nate Wiggins from the draft and a couple of draft pieces here and there. Anyone who knows me knows my opinion on the draft. It's never a guarantee. Look at Bryce Young, look at DeMarcus Russell, look at Ryan Leaf. High first picks in the draft, and they didn't pan out. There's no guarantee. So I'm not sold on Nate Wiggins until he sells me on himself. I'd rather take someone who's got proven experience in the league. You like your Derrick Henry, as I said. You know, when you've got big trades, there's still, you know, people in free agency we could bring in. Justin Simmons, we need a safety. We could bring him in. But again, yeah, I think we're going to struggle this year. I really do. In all honesty, I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. I shouldn't say that. But I don't think we can make the playoffs. We might even finish 3rd behind Cincy and those horrible towel twirling bastards.
There's a video that went out a few years ago how they do the schedule, and it's really interesting. I'll try and find it on our socials. It's really, really interesting how they do it.
That's why it's on Game Pass.
Yeah. But Mr. Perrins, what do you make of yours? We've heard of Baby Hope's rants on it. What about you?
I actually think it's really difficult. I mean, I don't want to get like too much on the hype train, because I don't know about you, baby, but I think our window to win is kind of over.
I think we have one more year.
Yeah, but even though I don't think we're going to lose a lot of big stars next year, and I just think some of the stars that we've still got, they're either recovering from injury, or they're kind of over the hill, or they're not motivated because they've already got their bag. I'm not convinced that we'll be as dominant as we have been in the last 2 years per se, or 3 or 4. And you know, next season's going to be a very, very interesting look. But there's a lot of winnable games, but like anytime that you play like the heavy hitters, like I don't enjoy when we play Kansas, because I don't think Kyle Shanahan's ever beaten Andy Reid. Even though we own the Cowboys, I still don't like playing the Cowboys, because you know, I've seen us get our asses handed to us in my lifetime by the Cowboys. I think the Rams are going to be a lot stronger than they were. I mean, there's just lots of, I mean, when we play the Jets are going to be a good team. The Lions are going to be a good team. We're just kind of like marked in the NFC. So it's difficult. I think it's more difficult than last year. And I thought we had a difficult schedule last year.
But I mean, I think our home schedule is okay, but I think our away schedule is very tough.
I mean, it's the disadvantage of being the good teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
when you're
number one against the other seeds, and when you get the harder schedules, that is what it is meant to be. That's what it's meant to do. Is to try and get an evil playing field across the board. Me personally, I hate the fact we're again Buffalo around about Christmas time. and the fact that New England got Buffalo twice in 3 weeks, I really don't like that. I used to love it when they had divisional matchups, first 3 games and last 3 games. That's how it should be. I like that kind of like that schedule how they had it, but they've stopped doing that for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, opening up with Cincinnati could be a harder game. It could have been an easier game. So yeah, it's not a problem. We could have had you guys. We could have had bloody Buffalo, or we could have had Tennessee, or even Miami. I think the fact that we've got a late bye probably going to hinder us more than anything else.
How late is it?
Week 14.
Ooh. Yeah, because
I was week 14 as well.
I think if you have a rookie quarterback, you want it quite early, don't you? Really?
Yeah.
I think week 8 would have been ideal against after Jacksonville.
So hold on, do you not have a bye week after London?
No.
Okay, that's interesting.
The rumor is they declined it. They were off because every team who goes overseas, they are offered the bye week afterwards, and the rumor is they declined it. So, and it's not the first team to do that. There's quite a few teams that do it because they like the later buys, because especially the teams are going like we're aiming for the playoffs. This is where we're going to be, like you guys, like KC, like Baltimore and Cincy. They like the later buys because they gives their players a chance to get that week off and rejuvenate before they go into the playoffs again. Another 8 weeks of football.
Yeah.
For us, I think it would have been better around about week 8, week 9, week 10. But the fact that is after New Year, after we come to England, then we got we're home to New York, home to the Jets. Then we got Tennessee, then we got Chicago, and then we got Rams. If we can get a couple of wins out of them ones, you'll start to see the turn of the New England Patriots. I think. Hopefully that's my thing. But we are not a good team. We got the 10th hardest schedule. They had 10th hardest schedule in the league, and we're probably, okay, yeah, we can keep having fit. We're top 10 defense, but they can keep us in games and just hope our offense is better than it was last year.
Let's have a quick question. If you could sum up the resurgence or the potential resurgence of the New England Patriots in a film title, what would it be?
Titanic.
What do you reckon, Phil?
Ooh, like that.
I'd have to think about that.
Actually, I'll go next then. I'm gonna go with The Empire Strikes Back.
Yes. Or The Phantom Menace.
Ooh.
Yes. That's as my youngest is a Star Wars fan as well as me. Okay. We're not going to go for the whole schedule. We're going to pick what we think is our best 3 matchups through the schedule.
Oh, yeah.
This is Baby Hope's idea. You're not allowed to pick your own team.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Perrins.
No, that's fine. That's fine. To be fair, I already looked at mine, but I've already got I've got a top 10 list of games that I'm looking forward to this year.
Fire away with your number 1 then, Mr. P.
My number 1. All right,
Yep.
so let me just get my list up. So my number 1 is actually hold on. It is actually my number 1 game was Jets and Niners, but my number 2 is Chiefs and Bills.
Ooh, really? Love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Any particular reason?
I just think it's I think the Bills are rebuilding quite quickly, and I think they've got a point to prove against Kansas, because if you think in the AFC, if any team is going to have a proper swing and rock the Chiefs, because unlike say in the NFC, you've got lots of different teams playing for it. You've got the Niners, the Lions, the Eagles. The Cowboys are always there and they're around. You've got the Rams, and then you've always got pretenders every year that want to try and ascend to the throne. Whilst in the AFC, you've got the Chiefs, and then you've got at least 1 or 2 steps down, and then you've got the Bills, the Ravens, and the Bengals. And I just think that the closest team to really rock the Chiefs next year in the AFC is Buffalo. That's just how I feel. Another one that I just want to quickly throw out there is The Cousins Bowl.
Oh, that was going to be one of mine.
Sorry,
Ooh.
we can still look forward to the same games.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Don's just asked a good question saying, well, you guys are fans of your team. What if the NFL expanded to the UK? Would you guys be excited and follow it? Do you think it would be sustainable? Well, it's funny you say this, Don, because I actually did my dissertation on this for university. And I found that most UK fans would not actually follow the UK team and would stick with their team.
Yeah.
So no, I do not think it would be sustainable.
See,
I'm sorry, Don. I got to agree with my boy. At the end of the day, there's two things that run through my veins: Strongbow and the color purple. Right? I will never support any other team when it comes to American football.
is that Strongbow Dark Fruits?
Hell no.
I thought with being a Ravens fan, you'd be a big fan of inches, considering that every yard and every inch you could win a game.
Is it past the watershed yet? Yes, it is. You're all right, but I'll leave you out that one.
So can I do my? Okay.
Week 1, the Jared Goff, Matty Stafford Bowl. I'm looking forward to that one because that was a good matchup last year in the wild card game. It's divisional, wasn't it? In the divisional game last year, it's going to be good. It's obviously in Detroit again as well. It'd be nice to see where Detroit are, if LA have improved as well, because Detroit are the stamping point now of the NFC.
I mean, they're not, but
Well,
I digress.
let you take your glasses off, mate. It's fine.
Niners are still number 1 seed and NFC champions until someone dethrones them. So,
Right.
okay. So can I do mine?
Yep.
Yes,
Go on.
I'll do a mine after yours.
I'm also choosing an LA team. On Monday, the 25th of November, we have the Harbor Bowl with the
Yeah.
Baltimore
Yes.
Ravens.
Yes.
That's the
Ravens
LA
against Ravens
Chargers.
2.0.
Towel
That's good.
the Great has said hola, so hola Towel.
Hola. So Monday
Yeah.
Night Football.
Hola,
prime time.
Towel.
It's a rematch of the coaches of the 2012 Super Bowl, and the Harbor
John won
brothers
then, John's gonna
face
win this
off-
time.
John won it last time.
Yeah.
And it's face off of the two Harbor brothers, and I fancy the Chargers to nick it. Actually,
Don't be daft, Lou. I mean, just because they're going to be sharing snaps between J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards for the Chargers, which blows my mind. That's mental. But my first pick of the inaugural season to the 2024 NFL season happens on the 29th of September. It's going to be the little engine that could. Hopefully they can. They probably won't. The New England Patriots against your lot, the Niners. Boy, it's going to be a divisive day on the show. The Thursday before the Sunday. I cannot wait, and I'm pulling for OBH's team to pull off an upset, but I very much doubt it.
If it was in New England, I would give us a little bit more of a chance. Only like 10%. But yeah, although saying that, you weren't exactly noisy for the majority of the game of the NFC Championship, so quite new. We'll be okay. Mr. P, your next selection, my friend.
My next selection. So, Eagles, Bengals.
Ooh.
Purely because Joe Burrow's literally going to be playing a full season, where we hope that he would have healed from his injury from last year. He got his big payout, if you remember. And I think Jalen Hurts is, the Eagles are always going to be strong. I think this is going to be a genuine clash of titans.
face off of two 2020 quarterbacks.
Absolutely.
I'm actually looking forward to his lot against Cincinnati because there's been a few years where both quarterbacks have been fit. In fact, I don't think they've never faced up against each other where both quarterbacks were playing, where Burrows and Lamar were playing. So hopefully it's going to be week 5 where it's going to be at Cincinnati. So hopefully they're going to get to go there again, and you'll get to see it again. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping Joe Burrows has a fit season, because that guy fit is Cincinnati.
So I'm going to take old versus young
Mm.
and go for the Texans at the Jets. CJ Stroud versus Aaron Rodgers.
That's going to be a game and a half.
It's Thursday night football, and I feel like it could be a bit of like the changing of the guard on Halloween of all nights.
Mhm.
Ooh, love that.
I will take your Texans Jets and raise you Texans Bills, the Stephon Diggs Bowl, week 5. That's going to be something. I mean, I can see the Texans basically running them over, because the Bills, much like ourselves, were a really good team and then lost a lot of players in free agency and have yet to replace them. So I think I think the fact that the Texans have got Diggs now, and they've also got that team that played last year who were incredible with a massive surprise package. I think that's going to be a really good game.
Again, they've drafted really well as well. Really, really well.
Oh yeah.
Over to you, Mr. Perrins.
Texans Jets.
I take it.
You just said Texans Jets.
Oh, we just said
yeah.
it. Sorry, it went dead
Yeah,
then.
how do you say it?
What about then? I've also put like the Dallas Derby.
Do you mean the Texas
Oh,
Derby?
okay.
Well, yeah, it's playing in Dallas though, so yeah.
Dallas
By the
Derby.
way, by the way, did you just copy this off CBS? Because this is exactly the same list as CBS did.
Yeah, but it's not in the exact same order as mine though, is it?
I don't know what order yours is, to be honest.
And you
It's
won't
not in
know
the
that's
exact
the
same
thing.
order.
I wonder why I heard some dunk, 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 dunk as we were talking about it.
No, it's because I'm also just doing a little bit of schoolwork at the exact same time.
Never
yeah,
stops. Boy earned his money.
It's true. It's true. There's a reason why I get paid how much I do. Yeah, Texans Cowboys. That
That'd be a good,
Texas
yeah.
Derby.
I could see Houston absolutely ripping Dallas apart. I really can.
Mhm.
I think it's going to be a rematch of the Super Bowl. I reckon that is going to be a bloody good game. Casey against you lot in week 7. Currently, it is just a normal Sunday game, which I'm surprised they haven't primetime that.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady though.
I hope they don't.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a Tom Brady game, isn't it?
I don't think they will flex it. I think it's too early for a flex, but it's a Tom Brady game. I think that's why it's there.
Yeah, I mean, I really like that. I think that's going to be a great game. It was a really good Super Bowl. It was probably one of the better Super Bowls I've seen in a long time, to be fair. And it's going to be interesting to see, because there's two teams that don't always start the quickest in the league. So at that point, you could be 3-2 going into that game each year, or even better, or even worse. How quick can you get that team going? How quick can you get firing up? Belichick's always said you don't know your team until week 4. That's when you know what your team is. It's going to be interesting. Are you going to exact revenge? Is Taylor Swift going to be there? Yes, we've said the dreaded TS words, but it's going to be an interesting one. Is Mahomes what he was last season? Can he do his magic with a couple of new receivers there? I like it.
So I'm actually excited to see the first game in Brazil. I'm going to take the Brazil game. Second game of the season.
Okay.
Packers versus Eagles. I'm just excited to see a game in Brazil more than anything else. But I do think they've got a good game for their first game ever.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Maybe-
It is going to be a good game. It's going to be interesting to see what the atmosphere is like as well, because World Cup 2014, it was always a party atmosphere. No matter what the game was, it could have been bloody Croatia against blooming Tonga, and it was still a bloody party atmosphere in the stadiums. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to the atmosphere there more than anything else. So you know,
Baby, I have a question. Has Taylor Swift ever done a gig at Arrowhead?
Yes, that's how
Has she
that was
sold the
met.
building? Has she? Yeah. Oh, okay. Did she sell the building out?
Yes.
Of course she did.
Well, the
Where she
crowd
bloody
on week
knows
the,
she's building it.
well, the crowd on week 13 will be as rabid, if not more rabid, for when Minshew Mania rolls into town, for when the Las Vegas Raiders take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Max Crosby gonna chase Pat Mahomes all over the field. I can't wait. And Christian Wilkins is gonna eat him alive. Oh, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing Christian Wilkins in that division. Oh my God, he's going to be dangerous. Absolutely dangerous on that one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this season. You know, it's 90. No, it's so many days away. I can't remember how many days I had it written down. I know where it's gone.
I know Dynasty drafts are starting to start, so
Dynasty drafts
Ooh,
to start
yeah.
the draft. Yes, we will be putting as usual, our fantasy out there at some point as well. But as always, our Monday quiz started again or carried on again, and it was down to our Welsh wizard himself, Bill Omi.
Are you going to play the video or am I going to ask it again?
Now you're going to have to ask it. I haven't had a chance to upload it, mate.
You've got to like that. All right. Professionals on the show, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, my question of the week was, who is the most intercepted quarterback of all time? The answer might surprise you, but again, who is the most intercepted quarterback of all time? Gentlemen, what do you reckon? What do you reckon, baby? Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it if you know the answer.
okay. I do know the answer, so I won't say.
But don't ruin it then.
I do know the answer as well. We have had some responses. We have had a Manning brother, which is
Incorrect.
Mr. Perrins.
I genuinely and hand on heart have not looked at the answer to this, but so my initial feeling went Cutler, but I don't think it is. But no, that's my initial feeling. Thank you. Is it Terry Bradshaw? Oh,
So
If I didn't know the answer, I would have went famous Jameis, but it's not.
we did have Dan Marino, which that was an answer, but as always, someone did put Purdy.
which dickhead put Purdy, man? Like,
You hear the Geordie come out to him, man. You can tell he's annoyed when the Geordie comes out. I love it.
It was Ollie's burner. It was Ollie's burner account.
Yeah. I asked the guys at work who know nothing about NFL. They did say Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and that guy who throws the ball. That was their answer.
Wouldn't be Lamar Jackson then, would it? Yeah.
So they gave the only two names they knew about quarterbacks and some.
Well, I mean, they're not wrong. It is that guy that throws the ball.
Sometimes to his own teammates. Shano, would you like to give us the answer?
I would. Drum roll, please, Mr. OBH. Thank you very much. The answer is former Packers, Jets, and Vikings great Brett Favre with 366.
bloody was. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've got a question ready for Monday, and I know some people aren't going to like it, but who cares?
Oh, good stars.
Okay,
Sorry, yes,
okay. It's going to be something Niners related then.
yes.
But yeah, I mean, we've had, like I said, we have a few answers. I mean, me and Shane put it on our socials on the old TikTok site as well on that one. So if you ever have a look, go and follow us both. We sometimes talk NFL. We just sometimes rant stuff. It's what we do. Mr. Harris.
I have one more thing before we go. Sorry, but I do apologize. I'm surprised you haven't sort of pushed your other most recent podcast appearance on the audio and visual listeners and viewers of this show. Do you want to plug where else you've been and what else you've been up to?
I was about to get to that, but you interrupted me.
Sorry, but I have a habit of doing that. Didn't want to forget your old age, you know.
I was on another podcast this week. They've become good friends of ours. Myself and Mr. Harris have been on it ourselves.
Yes,
we do share each other's socials, so you've probably seen them around our socials as well. They are going to be invited on to partake in a certain fantasy draft that I'm hoping to get together with a load of other podcasts. They are the Baldy and the fat guy, or the big guys fella. No, Baldy and the big fella. Get it right, sorry, gentlemen. Tina's gone, yeah. Baldy and the big fella. That is Baldy and the big fella. I'm going to repeat, Baldy and the big fella. They are brilliant. They are brilliant guys. Really nice guys. And I had general nice time being on that show. To be fair, good half an hour talking to them. You know, they're like us. They're just guys having a laugh, enjoying their time, putting a sport out they love to the world, and it's a generally good listen. Well, if you have a look at our socials on our Twitter and all that, it's on there as well. But yeah, it's a really
They're
good,
like us
really
with better production values.
I mean, the one guy, I swear he works on a radio station by the sounds of it. It's really
So good, so good. I'm not just saying I'm not blowing smoke. Lovely blokes, fantastic, fantastic quality. I had the newest episode on the way to work the other day, and it was an hour went like that. It was just absolutely brilliant. Boys, like Ollie said, I echo his sentiments. You can come on the show whenever you're ready. And I implore our listeners, if you like what we do, they do pretty much the same, if not a tiny bit better. Go and have a listen.
Yeah, I mean, the first one I actually heard is Shane's episode, but I've listened to every episode since, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, they're really, really good. Yes. So as always, we will be back on your visual devices next week at 8:30. Don't know what we're going to talk about next week yet, because it's the NFL also gives us something. But we will be back 8:30. As always, this will be live on your listening devices via Google Podcasts, Apple Play, or Spotify, or wherever
or Carrier Pigeon, or wherever you find your
But we will be back.
John's come in saying, "Can you say fat guy in the UK? We aren't allowed anymore."
There's a lot we can't say, but we just do. We shouldn't, but we just do. It slips out.
Thank God I can edit that. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, until next week, have a wonderful evening, have a wonderful weekend, stay safe, and good night.